Hi and welcome back. I know I've been away for a few weeks from my channel, but unfortunately after the last video I did, I got very ill. I got a chest infection. Basically I started to feel unwell on the Friday and I thought I had sinusitis and was treating it at home. Come 4:45 on the following Tuesday afternoon, I suddenly got extremely ill. I had to rush down to the doctors and be seen right there and then, because if I hadn't have done and I'd left it, there is the possibility I would have ended up in hospital. As I mentioned before to you, I don't have an immune system, so when I get ill within about 20 to 30 minutes. So you can imagine the mad dash we did to get me seen by somebody. It's taken me a little while to get over it, but I'm back now and I hope you're all well. And as you can see, I've washed my hair and I've changed the colour. I was red when you last saw me. I'm now a gingery blonde, but that's because I've stripped the red out and I quite like the colour that it is. The only thing I don't like is the bloody smell afterwards of the colour before. I use the extra strong, and I will say it smells like death. It smells like sulphur, rotten eggs, you name it, whatever you want to call it. I just wasn't pleasant. I actually washed my hair 6 times on Friday gone, so just trying to get rid of it, and I've done it since and it's better. I mean, it doesn't smell as bad as it did, but it will take maybe another wash to get rid of it completely. So I'm going to start by putting some of this in, and it's Essence All Time Diamond Colour Shine Boost Spray, developed with Claudia Schiffer, and it's made by Schwarzkopf. It's a German company. I hope you can see it. So I'm just going to do that before I even put my glasses off and my lenses in, because I want this to really work while my hair is drying, which I'm going to actually let dry naturally, and then I'll come back to you when it is dry and you can see it. That's plenty of that in. Smells like a whose handbag. Right, I've put my eyes in. I'm just going to put a little bit of moisturiser on my face because it's as dry as a badger's backside, and I'm hormonal, so please excuse the breakouts, I can't help that. Females will understand. It's one of those things when it's nearly that time of the month, we get them, and well, really there's not much we can do. I'm going to rub the Oil of You Complete Day Cream, and this is for normal to dry skin. I actually do have combination skin, but I find this works very well on my skin under my makeup, and unfortunately, yes, from what I can gather, all do test on animals, so I will be using this up and I won't be purchasing in it again, because as you know, I don't agree with animal testing. I think it's a heinous crime that doesn't need to happen. Right, today's video is a challenge set to me by my good friend Pixie, and you'll find her on here. I'll leave a link to her channel on the description bar below, and it's going to be fun. Basically, she's asked me to do a full face of makeup other than my lips using pigments, and these are by Makeup Revolution London. This one's in Frenzy. It's a bright pink, as you can see. It's going to go a long way. And I'm also going to be using some new brushes that I received. I got them from Wish because people were asking me to do an alternative video using a cheaper version of the Artiste brushes. If you don't know what they are, the Artiste brushes are brushes like this, basically. They actually just look like brushes you brush your hair with, but the Artiste brushes are, for a set of 10, are well over £300, and I don't have £300, and I think it's ridiculous. So let's give it a go. I've tried them once, Do I like them? Yes, I do actually. I really do like them. I think they're brilliant. I'm going to start with this one, which is the next one down to the large foundation brush, as you can see. And I'm going to put some illuminator on, because I'm looking a bit solid in this morning, afternoon even. Good grief, I'm lost with my days and my times already. Right, let's have a look. What am I doing? In that box of chips somewhere is my illuminator. Ah, there it is. So this is just face primer. It's an illuminating one, and I mean, I've well used it. There's not very much left, so all I'm going to do is get it out using the pump bit, because there's barely anything left in it now, and just put it on my brush like so to work into my skin. And I want quite a lot. As I say, I'm looking very pallid and sullen. Yeah, I mean, it's the 1st of July tomorrow here in England, and well, you'd think it was winter, so you can imagine why I'm so pale. And I'm getting sun. I'm using factor 50 is another reason I don't tan right. So I'm going to rub this well in using this brush, and I mean, a little bit actually goes a very long way, as you can see. That amount that I've just put on, it's going to do all my face, down my neck. So I always say, don't forget your neck, otherwise you're going to have a line and you look daft. I mean, I've seen them on the bus, the beauty girls going to work, and you see it, orange line round here, where they've just not took the foundation down the neck and blended it in. And as much as you'd like to say something to them, you can't. I might actually stick my hair up out the road, right, and work it in to the creases, like so. Right, now I'm going to put my hair up because it's going to annoy me. Oh, excuse me, I'll just stick this up out the way. That's better. Right, so next step, on the next brush I'm going to use W7 HD Foundation 12 Hour. What colour is this? Oh, this is in buff. As you can see, I've used it well. It's nearly half gone. With this again, I'm going to pump straight onto the brush, like so. I think that was 5 or 6 pumps. You don't need much, because that will cover the whole of my face well. Just dot it on, like so, make sure you plenty, like that, and cover your spots. And I will wash these brushes after I've done my makeup today, because I don't want to pass any infection on, because I can't afford to get another infection. Basically, as I've said earlier, I don't have an immune system. I'm going to take this over my eyes, kind of avoid here, my eyebrows, but I want some on my eyes. I'm going to take down my face, so down my neck. What I like about these brushes is they're actually flexible, as you can see. Don't bend them too much because they'll break, but it means you can get in well to all the places that you need to. Now I'm going to add a little bit more foundation to these bits because they look awful, and it's just something I can't help. A couple more pumps, you don't need much, and just dab it on, like so. See what I mean about it covering all my lips as well? I like to think about it. There. Right, that's that. Okay. Nowhere else. Right. Right. I'm going to need some concealer. So I'm going to use the Body Shop's Chubby Stick Concealer Corrector, and I think this just is in Fair. There's no name on it. Ivory. There it is. I've had this for years. And all I'm going to do is that on the places I need it, on the eyes, because God, I'm dark as I don't know what. So, right. Sorry for the rattling, I'm wanting a flat paddle brush to do some blending in with, and I'm just going to use this under my eyes. Right, so these are from eBay. Just a little brush, couple of quid. Oh, I wanted one that I could get in under my eyes with, well, and these parts of my face. Right, before I go any further, I'm going to get some tape and come back to you. Here we go. I'm using it's sellotape, and what I'm going to do is put some up here so I can get a really nice crisp line, because what you'll find is pigments go everywhere if you're not careful, because they are so flyable. So there to there, and just stick it on. So you look daft. I admit you do look daft, don't get me wrong. I know I look daft. I don't care, there's only me in the house. So, oh well, and the resident ghost, but there you go, you get used to that. He's not going to laugh at me. I presume it's a boy. Never actually met him. I've heard him up and down the hall on a night, but not met him. Aye, so there we go. Got my tape on. And they look about right, even. Right. Right. So I want some primer. And I'm going to use the Lorac light behind the scenes primer for my eyes, and I'm just going to, it was in with it's a sample that I got in with one of my palettes that I got not so long ago. There we go. I really don't need much of this. Oh, but I want to give my eyes a good covering. What am I going to do? Where's my brush? Do you know? There it is. I can use that flat brush I use for my concealer on my eyes, and there we go. And it doesn't matter if you do it on your tape, because that's what your tape's there for, and I'm just going to make sure I've worked it well in. The reason I've got the tape on there is that it's going to catch any fallout, and it's not going to muddy the pigments or splay them down too far when I've put them on my eyes. It's going to give me a nice crisp line, which I want. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, so bear with me. It's going to be as fun. I'm starting to add my transition colours of milk chocolate and a brown pigment by Makeup Revolution London. Then after that, on the bottom of the eyelid, I'm using a hot neon pink by Makeup Revolution again, then adding a black to the outer corner and making sure with a fluffy brush I've blended those two shades well so I don't have any harsh lines, and then reapplying the colours as I need to brighten them. Then using a fixing medium, I've mixed some of the black pigment with it to create a liner, and I've done a winged liner on my eyes using a very fine brush and the pigment. As you can see in this next step, I'm adding blusher. It's a hot pink by Avon, and I'm applying that to the apples of my cheek, making sure I've blended it in with my contour shade so there's no gaps and you don't look silly. Here you will see that I'm adding bronzer and making sure that all those colours that I've used on my cheeks and on my forehead, my temples, along my jawline are all married together so I don't look silly. Next step is applying a lip liner. It's by Makeup Forever. No, it's not. It's Makeup Academy, I do apologise, in pink. And I have on the right hand side of my lips is higher than the left, so I've got to make sure I marry each side so that they look the same, which takes a little bit of time, and I do apologise if I go out of frame while doing this, but I've had to get closer to the mirror. But you can see what I've done. The colour I'm using on my lips is Third Eye by Lime Crime. Yes, I've heard and read the hoo-ha about this company. I don't have an opinion on it because basically it was not to do with me, but if it is true that they've repackaged products from another company claiming them to be their own, it's wrong. As you can see, I'm adding some of that highlighter shade that I used onto my lips so they look sparkly. It's just a silvery white pigment that just gives my lips an extra sheen. On a flat definer brush and more of that black pigment, I'm using it to smoke out my bottom lash line, ensuring there's no skin showing. Once I've done that, I will take the brush that came with the Anastasia eyeshadow palette and that hot pink pigment that's remaining on it to blend the two colours underneath together. Next step is, on the opposite end of that brush is some highlighter. I used the same highlighter as I used on my high points, and now I'm going to do my eyebrows. I haven't done a harsh eyebrow because it would look daft. I think it would look too strong, and because I have a lot of eye space, I don't pluck my eyebrows too high. I'd look like a clown. Finger combing my hair so it looks tidy, and also showing you my grey roots. Don't mind them, it's one of those things. It's a family trait, it's one of those things, it happens. I spent too many years worrying about it, too many years trying to cover them up, and I've just got to the point where I just can't be arsed. So, as far as I'm concerned with my hair, it can grow old, as I'm going to grow old disgracefully. Right, I hope you like this video and I hope you like what you've seen. If so, please subscribe. You'll find the subscribe button on the top right of your screen as you're looking at it. Thumbs up, please comment what you'd like to see next. I'm always on the lookout for new ideas. So what was I thinking of? I might do next time a video of all one colour makeup that I did the other week. I was going out with the husband to an awards event and I had blue eyes and blue lips. So seeing as my blue lipstick has come, I'm thinking of doing that. And actually what I might do is, because I've used pigment on my eyes as a liner, take this little brush and just soften those lines a bit, because they do look a bit, I'm not a fan, shall I say, of really harsh liner of the wing. You see a lot of people with it. I don't like it personally, it's me, but hey, that's your thing. There you go. Right, okay, bye for now. I hope you like what you see. Take care, lots of love, bye.